Hey, OJ, Bruce Arians had said that he thought you guys needed a little better blocking on the edge at times in the run game. What did you observe about that when you went back and looked at the run game?
Yeah, we could do better job. I think communication was the biggest uh, problem there. Just knowing who we're going to, and holding on to those combination blocks a little better, a little longer. Going up to the second level, got to take care of the down guy first before we move on to the linebacker. And I think once we get up some movement on the C gap, we can make something happen in the run game.
And when when you talk to Rob Gronkowski, and that was his first game back, he missed a whole year in retirement. How did he fare coming back after all that time? How did he feel?
I think he felt good. When we talked about it, obviously it was the first time we played in a whole year live. We didn't have any preseason or anything like that, so it wasn't a chance to warm up into it. It was just live bullets for him right away. But I think he did a great job. He's out there blocking, some great, pass rushers, big guys in the run game like Cam Jordan. So he did a great job holding his own and, creating some holes for us to make some plays.
Thanks, OJ.
All right, next we're going to go to Casey Hudson.
Hey, OJ, 2 questions for you. For one, you mentioned the energy wasn't really there in New Orleans for you guys and that you guys have to bring your own juice. So being in your own stadium, did you guys kind of talk about the fact that you have to create that atmosphere, maybe even a little bit more that you guys are going to be home?
Yeah, I think I think a lot of guys on the team kind of understand that now. That we know how it's going to be playing without any fans. We were kind of like all looking forward to it to see how it was going to be. The crowd noise wasn't as loud as we thought it was going to be as we had practice. So now we kind of understand how it's going to be. So I think a lot of guys already know now what it takes, and it's going to be a better opportunity for us to get going early and bring some energy for ourselves.
Yeah, definitely. And then the other thing is, how much more of a role will the tight ends probably have this week, aside from blocking, even though you guys are going against a dominant back like McCaffrey?
The game plan, we got some opportunities, usually as we always do. The biggest thing for us is going to be able to take advantage of our chances and execute them when the plays are called. So we'll have opportunity to make some plays. It should be a good chance for us on Sunday.
All right, next is going to be Mark Cook.
Hey, OJ. Take us through the huddle, what it was like. I mean, you've only had Jameis as a quarterback in the NFL. Take us through kind of the game time situation. I'm sure the intensity is different than in practice with a guy like Tom Brady, but maybe even when you guys were kind of making that comeback, what was his message in the huddle and what was his demeanor like? If you could kind of share that with us.
Yeah, it was more so on the sideline. He was telling guys, hey man, we're still in it. Let's not get our heads down. We got a lot of ball to play. We're gonna go out here. We're gonna get a drive going. We're gonna make some plays. Because we started off with the first drive, we went down and scored, and so that let us know right there what we could do. So Tom was just telling everyone like, hey, let's not worry about this. The drive after that, let's get it going. We've done it once. Let's do it again. And constantly hearing him say that, and letting us know that we're still in the game and we competed hard, until the clock hit zeros, and he never had a doubt in his mind that we couldn't come back.
Okay, thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, next is going to be James Palmer.
OJ, with that kind of said about Tom, was this the first time? I mean, obviously he competes in everything and wants to win and everything, but on Sunday, was that the first time you saw him kind of go to that next level? And also he has this thing that he's known for of getting in this zone when he gets really upset and competitive. Did you see that go to another level this week in practice compared to the week preparing for week 1?
I've seen it, here before in practice, on some days that, we're kind of lacking behind in camp as an offense, we needed to pick it up. He would pull us to the side and say something to the whole unit. I've seen him get pretty intense from that aspect. On game day, it's just a different type of focus, a different type of voice you hear from him, because we're all there together. We're all on the bench mostly when the defense is on the field. So you get more to interact with him. And he's just saying things to keep you confident and let you know that, hey, we're still in it. We're going, whatever the case may be, pick it up. So it was a different type of side from him on Sunday.
And then what's it going to be like this Sunday when you don't see Luke Kuechly over there? What difference will that be? And does that make you a little kind of excited? One of the best guys to ever do it in the middle of the field won't be there.
Yeah, man. It'll be the first time, since I obviously been playing against the Panthers. Real good player. I think that just takes away a guy who's always calling out your plays, or he at least, he attempts, but he gets a couple right, a game. But real good player. We're kind of lucky we don't have the game plan for him this week, but yeah, it's a different side of defense without him on there right now for sure.
Thanks, OJ.
Yep.
Okay, next we're going to have Jenna Lane.
Hey, OJ, along those lines, I know Tom was saying how communication was something that you guys were going to work a lot at this week. Do you feel like you progressed in that department? How much time did you devote this week in practice to getting more on the same page than you were last week?
Yeah, we've done a really good job of it this week. We're talking things out. Whether it's spending extra time after practice doing things, or talking through things, situations, or different certain looks that defense is going to give us, because we're looking at a defense now that we really haven't seen a lot, in the NFL level of football. So that's different for us. So communication is going to be huge for the whole offensive unit this week, and we've been stressing that the whole week. So yeah, it's definitely been an emphasis.
Some people were critical of your coach, Coach Arians, because he had pointed out that Tom Brady threw those 2 interceptions and said that one of them was on him, and said that he had a bad throw. What does that do for you guys when you hear your coach talking about your quarterback and being critical of him? What does that do for you guys all around him?
I mean, I've heard worse. I just think it's football, and he's always going to coach us up, and he says all that. He does that a lot, out on the field when someone messes up. So it's nothing personal, I don't think, from the people on the team. I think a lot of people outside probably just get kind of shocked about it, but he's just speaking. So we're football players. We brush it off. We just keep going to the next play and to the next game.
But when you have that happen, is there, when it's somebody like Brady, who you guys all respect and admire so much, is there almost a desire to kind of want to play better around him, because that it takes more than one guy to mess up out there. It's more than one guy to throw an interception, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's always, a team game, and when we lose together. When we look bad, we all look bad together. So we definitely understand that. It's what comes with the game, but I feel like if he's good and we're good and we're on the same page as him, I think we're all fine.
Thank you.
All right, our last question is going to come from Carmen Vitale.
Hi, OJ. Just switching gears a little bit, the Bucs Foundation awarded their girls in flag football scholarships, and you actually got to tell one of the recipients that she won. I just want to know, what that experience is like for you, and why you think it's so important to give girls opportunities within the game as well.
Right. So yeah, I had the opportunity to present Lorraine. She's going to Brown University. She was a very outstanding student without playing football. Also, in the classroom, she did a really good job. So it was just cool to be able to surprise her with it. I think she told me she had been through like 2 or 3 interviews, and she was ready to finally just get it over with. Like, basically got to the point where she was like, just tell me if I'm not getting it so I can just move on to the next one. I was like, well, I'm here to tell you that you won. So that was cool for her, and she's a sweet girl. And, a little bit about her. She started her own foundation back in high school, and she actually did a letter to The Rock. She wrote a letter to The Rock about him coming to speak at their high school graduation, and he responded to her. And unfortunately, he couldn't come because of the coronavirus or whatnot. But he's done something really cool with the $7 that he started with his foundation or his company. So every year she's in college, and every year she goes through class, he puts $7 in her account that he set up for her now. So that's just a cool little background story on her. And it was a whole cool thing that the Bucs did for us, and respecting women in sports, and they deserve all that attention that they're getting.
Thanks.
Yep.
Awesome. That's all for today. Thanks, OJ.
All right. Thanks, guys.